What is happening, Nerd Squad, and welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. Guys, superheroes getting power upgrades can be a pretty spectacular sight. Batman in the Mobius chair, orphan turned god, okay. Tony with the gauntlet, I mean, it's cool. Going god mode is a cool, common theme with these comic book movies, but keeping your cool while maintaining this new power, that's the tricky part. So without further ado, I'm your host, Taylor McWaters, and here are the top 10 superheroes corrupted by power. Let's talk about them. Kicking off the list at number 10, Sinestro. Okay, the end credit scene of Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern actually hyped me up. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. Mark Strong's Sinestro finds a yellow ring and puts it on, and the theater went, nobody was there. It was silent, but it was still a good time. I was excited. Thal Sinestro made his first appearance in Green Lantern Volume 2, Issue 7. He began his journey as a Green Lantern, one of the best, as a matter of fact. Sinestro was handpicked by the Guardians of the Universe to become a member of the Corps. Sector 1417 was peaceful. There wasn't a crime in sight under his protection. Now, he would mentor the rookie Lanterns, one of them, of course, being Hal Jordan, his last finest student. Now at first he thought that Hal was just reckless. He wasn't a fan of him, but then when Hal returned to Sinestro's home planet, he realized something was off. The air, something's not right. I mean, sure, there were no crimes or anything like that, but they worshipped Sinestro. Like, they had strict rules as well. It wasn't homey, rather. But then when Sinestro was gone for so long doing lantern work, they all said, screw this. They rebelled. And Hal reported all of this as well after they fought. So Sinestro swore revenge on Hal Jordan after this point and the rest of the Corps. And then he was banished to Quord in the antimatter universe. And that's where he met the Weaponers of Quord, and they helped him create a yellow power ring to kick off that whole revenge plan. Number 9. Jason Todd, aka Red Hood. Of course he's on this list. He made his debut in Detective Comics 168 in The Man Behind the Red Hood. Jason took over the mantle of Robin. Now at this point, Dick Grayson left to become Nightwing, and well, Jason, he's got a lot of anger. I mean, once you get beat to death by the Joker and your mentor doesn't avenge your death, sure, anger is a word I could use for it, definitely. Batman, A Death in the Family, one of DC's finest hours, written by Jim Starlin back in 1988. It's currently being teased for the next season of Titans. And what happens is Jason Todd is brutally killed by the Joker. He comes back as the Red Hood, but at this point, he's well beyond upset. He's ruthless, he's dark, and he's well trained by Gotham's finest. So he has his ways of getting what he wants. I don't blame the guy, honestly. If the Joker killed me and my buddy Batman let him live to talk about it, I'd probably kick a few doors in as well. Maybe like 6 doors. Number 8, the Maestro. Making his first appearance in a dark vision in The Incredible Hulk Volume 2, Issue 401, Maestro was the main antagonist in The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect storyline from 1992. Now, he would attempt to corrupt his past self. That was his whole thing. The story takes place about 100 or so years in the future after a nuclear war put the planet very close to extinction. Now, this alternate future version of the Hulk, Maestro, had been absorbing all this nuclear energy this entire time, and now he's the strongest thing on the planet. Now, a lot of people ended up dying in Maestro's attacks. A lot of parents of kids. So all these angry, upset kids came to Maestro demanding answers on what happened to their parents, and it was fine, they were talking it out, but then when one of those kids spat on Maestro, it got messy. This Earth is messy, Earth 9200, that is. Now his mental abilities are also much greater here. He can interact with astral beings and transform back into human mode whenever he chooses. That's his secret. He's always clinically insane. Number 7, Superman. I thought that S on the chest meant hope. Well, sometimes that hope accidentally kills Lois Lane and goes mad with his power. Now, it wasn't his fault per se, obviously. The Joker got his hands on Scarecrow's fear gas, so he didn't really know what he was doing. But it still happened, and anger and pain soon followed. He did know what he was doing when he punched a hole through the Joker's chest afterwards. Although I guess he kind of had that coming at that point. It's not too shocking. But in issue 10, Superman reaches a new low when he exposes Batman on social media. That's crazy. He's trying to cancel him. He wasn't even fancy about it. He just tweeted, Batman is Bruce Wayne. And then 2.5 million reposts just like that. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's trending. In Injustice Ground Zero, issue 20, Superman melts Shazam's face off with his heat vision. And in Gods Among Us, issue 35, Batman gets his back snapped in the same way he did with Bane in Batman 497. This time with a little more soup power behind it. Now, one of the worst things Superman did in the Injustice run was when he threw one of the Guardians of the Universe, Ganthet, into the sun. He just hurled him into a star. What a way to go. Get a nice tan on the way in. And if you guys want to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, that would be really helpful and awesome for our channel. But hey, no pressure. It's right there though. Right next to that subscribe button. I don't know. Plenty of time, just saying. Number 6. Archangel. Warren Worthington III started out as a custom hero known as the Avenging Angel, but once Xavier got his attention, he recruited him as the third of the 5 founding members of the X-Men alongside Apocalypse, Iceman, Beast, and Marvel Girl. He developed a pair of feathered wings that grew out of his back, hence the name Angel, and gave him the ability to fly. Now he became a member of X-Factor alongside other X-Men, but he lost his wings thanks to Cameron Hodge. It happens, sometimes you get your wings plucked. So Apocalypse saw this and he took advantage of this hero. He brainwashed him and turned him into Archangel, the first horseman of death in the comics. He eventually broke free of Apocalypse's control, but over the years he would flip back and forth into the evil hands of him as well. He at one point actually almost replaced Apocalypse after his own death. He's a force you don't want to mess with. He's got wings, and he's a horseman of death. Leave him alone. He's sad, he's upset. Number 5, Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards needs a redemption on screen before anything, honestly. The last Fantastic Four movie, I mean, just don't. Marvel's redoing them soon, which I can't wait. The ultimate version of Reed Richards was quite dark, and younger too. He made his first appearance in Ultimate Fantastic Four issue 1, even at the start of Ultimatum when that big wave hits, and he's not happy. He immediately blames Namor, he punches him out, doesn't even ask him any questions, like he's pissed. Okay, so eventually he became a villain in this universe, and he referred to himself as the Maker, and he caused some trouble in the 616 universe right after his was destroyed, of course. Guy messes up his own universe, and then he comes over here to do the same. Okay, Reed, the Maker, relax. He killed the Oracle. His followers, the Children of Tomorrow, aided him in fighting Ultimate Thor, and so many Asgardians bit the bullet, including Odin. Number 4, Spider-Man. During the events of 1984 Secret Wars, Spidey came across a symbiote while on Battleworld. Well, it was more of a suit. Well, let's talk about it. In issue 7, Spider-Woman makes her grand entrance, and Peter Parker reacts in his usual manner. One of his first thoughts is to sue her for infringing on his shtick. Funny enough, more than fair. But he clocks that she just tossed a boulder as easily as he could with this suit. So what's going on? In the next issue, he gets an up-close personal look at this new black suit Spider-Woman was rocking. And it looks good. He wants to try it on, and bam, just like that, we have a new costume for Spidey. And he loves it. Not only does it look cooler, but Peter feels stronger, he feels quicker. He's even impressed by the mechanics of the suit's ability to adapt. So while it all seemed like the perfect aid in this massive battle, Peter questioned just why this new suit was so different. So he returned to Earth, and the suit ended up being more than just a power upgrade, it was a symbiote. And we see Peter get this upgrade in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. The movie established that he was stronger with it, just like in the comics, but he was also an aggressive person. He was mean. He was yelling about doors, he did unnecessary hair flips, he snapped his fingers and gyrated his hips midday on the sidewalk. The most corrupt, definitely the most corrupt. He should have been number 1. Number 3, Jean Grey. Jean Grey is an Omega level mutant born with telekinetic and telepathic powers. Seeing the potential in Jean's strength, the Phoenix Force saw this and wanted to attach itself to her while she was in danger in space during a mission with the Fantastic Four during X-Men issue 101. Sophie Turner also brought the character to life in X-Men Apocalypse, and then come 2019, Jean went full Dark Phoenix. Mystique ended up biting the bullet in this movie. We actually saw that in the trailer for some reason. But in the comics, Dark Phoenix was much more brutal. For starters, they eat the sun of the Debari system, and then everybody in that solar system froze. They for sure died. And then when Mastermind wanted to see this dark side of Jean thrive, he messed with her mind to do so. And it worked, so much so that the Dark Phoenix was actually awakened and immediately just drove Mastermind insane. She tortured Emma Frost for the mental cheat fest she had with Cyclops, and she killed Rogue for money in the Noir series. It's a little darker than the Fox universe, and that sentence there says quite a lot, because the Fox universe sucks. So bad. So bad. Number 2, Superboy Prime. First appearing in DC Comics Presents issue 87, Superboy Prime is the son of Lara and Jor-El. While his homeworld was on the brink of destruction, he was sent to Earth. The usual story. Only this was the Earth where superheroes weren't a real thing. His parents named him Clark, even though Clark Kent was a comic book character. They were a fan, I guess. So yeah, all these superheroes were still real, but it was like how we live our life. They're just comic books, whatever. But one day, his true powers were unlocked when a tidal wave was about to hit the shore, and then Superman from an alternate reality came and showed him the super ropes. Superboy Prime teamed up with an aging version of Superman from that late Earth 2 and Alexander Luthor Jr. of Earth 3, and they fought the Anti-Monitor in his universe. After Elder Superman defeated the Anti-Monitor, Superboy Prime and those other few survivors hung out in this peaceful paradise to dimension thanks to Luther and his brains. Now it sounds comfy until Superboy Prime got tired of living all these old memories. He just wanted his life back. He got so upset that he used those new powers and literally punched reality apart, retconning quite a bit in the comics. And finally, number 1, Wanda Maximoff. She's the daughter of Magneto and the twin brother of Quicksilver, aka Petro Maximoff. She was on her father's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants first, but later on, of course, joined the Avengers. So she already had a little dark side in her, right off the bat. She's one of the biggest Marvel characters, and during the events of M-Day, she spoke those 3 words, "No more mutants," and suddenly 986,000 mutants were depowered or killed. So when it comes to power and what to do with it, Wanda's had a tricky road, even in the MCU. The end of episode 8 of WandaVision, Agatha Harkness refers to Wanda as the Scarlet Witch for the first time, which was a cool moment in the show. But she also references chaos magic. Well, Wanda in the comics got her powers through the old god of chaos. This god came to her the day she was born, not really a blessing, rather more of a curse, and it was done so that this chaos god could add to Wanda's powers and then use her as a vessel that he could one day possess her as well when she's grown up. It's like, hey, check out this house, you want to buy it? Great, I'm gonna rob you in 5 years. Hope you like it. With WandaVision's ending, it kind of seems like the MCU is going to start leaning into this villain role for Wanda a bit. Because last we saw her in the after credit scene of WandaVision, she was studying the Book of the Damned. There's ominous music, she was in the woods. Something bad's going to happen. I'm excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to see what exactly that is. There you have it, guys. Those are just our top 10 superheroes corrupted by power. Let us know in the comments who else you'd love to hear about, or any other themes or topics in general, and we'll try and get around to all of them. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time on Top 10 Nerd. Okay, see ya.